Children, good morning to all. Hope all are fine and safe in your home. I am Pravida, taking social science from NMS Kakancheri. Today we are going to start our online class. Let us start our new academic year with geography chapter, resources. Children, we can see many things in our surroundings. These things have some uses and values. That types of things are known as resources. In other words, anything that is found in our environment that is used to satisfy human needs, that is known as resources. Once again I am repeating, anything that is found in our environment that is used to satisfy human needs, that is known as resources. For example, this chalk that I am used for writing, water we are using for drinking, this room we are using for staying, everything is are resources because it has some uses. I think children you understood what is a resource. Now we will discuss what are the factors that determine the value of a resource. Already I told you the resource has some values and utility, some factors affecting the value of resources. We can discuss what are the factors that determine the value of a resources. Actually children, the value of a resource is determined by its quantity, quality and usefulness at present time. So, we will discuss which are the factors that determine the value of a resource. First one, cultural background. Second one, economy. Third one, demand. Fourth one, aesthetic quality. Fifth one, availability. So children, these are the main factors that determine the value of a resource. First one, cultural background. Let us explain all with some example. For example, first one, cultural background. We can explain this cultural background with the example of green tea. Actually, drinking green tea is a cultural, it is an important part of Japanese people. Drinking green tea, while drinking green tea, it is they have some health benefit and is a part of their culture. So, this resource has great value in Japanese. I think you understood. Drinking green tea is a part of their health benefit and their culture. So, they are giving more value to this resource. Second one, economy. Economy of a country, that is another important factor that determines the value of a resource. For example, we can take the example of a developed country and a developing country. First we will discuss the case of developing country. A developing country have large number of natural resources, but they don't know how to utilize it. They don't know how to use it, or they don't know the technology and skill to use it properly. Then is there any benefit or is there any value to that resource in that country? Okay, then we can take another example of a developed country. Sometimes that country not rich in that much resources, but they have the technology and skill and they are using these resources at maximum utilization. They are using with their technology maximum. Then we can tell that in that economy, developed countries, this resource have some value. I think understood the second example. Third one, demand. Demand is another important factor that determines the value of a resource. For example, children, we can take the example. We all know India was under the British rule years before. Okay, and they mainly came to India for trade, and they mainly targeted Indian spices and cotton. You know, children, these spices and cotton had a great demand in Europe. That is why they came to India for getting these resources. Okay, and everyone know they came to India, they started trade with India, later they became the rulers of India. Anyway, their demand that added the value of that product. Because of their demand, the value of that resource increased. I think you understood. Next one, another important factor, that is aesthetic quality. Aesthetic quality means beauty. For example, we can take a landscape. A beautiful landscape is there. Another, it is not that much beautiful. Actually, it is an undulating topography. Then we can look, if any person going to buy a particular land, means which land we will select. Beautiful landscape only we will select. That means aesthetic quality or beauty, that is an important factor that add the value of a resource. I think understood. Next one, last important factor that affecting the value of a resource is availability. Availability, we can take the example of water. India and many other countries are there, abundantly water is available and we not facing acute water shortage. I am not telling like that, children. We are also facing acute water shortage. Even we know Mawsyn Ram in Meghalaya getting maximum amount of rainfall in the world. Still Meghalaya also facing acute water shortage. But here for an example I am telling, if we are taking the case of water, if we are comparing our country tropical or subtropical area with a desert area, then we can understand that in the desert area water is very scarce. So they are giving more value to water because they have to walk long distances for getting water. So their availability is an important factor that determine the value of a resource. I think, children, you understood. So once again I will tell you, resources are anything that is found in our environment that is used to satisfy human needs, that is known as resources, and the value of a resource is determined by these 5 factors: cultural background, economy, demand, aesthetic quality and availability. Now we will discuss which are the important types of resources. Okay, resources are mainly classified into 3: natural resources, human resources and human made resources. Natural resources, human resources, human made resources. Okay, first we will discuss in detailed manner what is a natural resources. Okay, I am going to rub other 2 types that we will discuss later. First we will discuss what is natural resources. Okay, children, natural resources are those resources which we get directly from the nature. It is the free gift of nature and we can use it without much modification. For example, solar energy and wind energy that we are getting directly from the nature, soil, water, solar energy, wind energy, etc. We are directly getting from the nature and we can use it without much modification. So, such type of resources are known as natural resources. Natural resources further classified into 4. Okay. First, on the basis of renewability. Second, on the basis of renewability, on the basis of development, on the basis of origin, on the basis of distribution. Okay, first classification, resources are natural resources are classified on the basis of renewability. On the basis of renewability, resources are classified into renewable resources and non-renewable resources. And non-renewable resources. Second, on the basis of development, resources are classified into potential resources and actual resources. Potential resources and actual resources. Next, on the basis of origin, resources are classified into biotic and abiotic resources. Biotic and abiotic resources. On the basis of distribution, resources are classified into ubiquitous resources and localized resources. Ubiquitous resources and localized resources. Okay children, these are the main classification of natural resources. Natural resources are classified on the basis of renewability, renewable resources and non-renewable resources, on the basis of development, potential resources and actual resources, on the basis of origin, biotic resources and abiotic resources, on the basis of distribution, ubiquitous resources and localized resource. First we will discuss how resources are classified on the basis of renewability. Already we discussed on the basis of renewability, resources are classified into renewable resources. What is a renewable resources? Renewable resources are those resources which can be replenished or reproduced quickly. The resources which can be reproduced or replenished quickly, that is known as renewable resources. For example, wind energy and solar energy. If we are using more and more wind energy and solar energy, it will be replenished or reproduced. Forests, animals, etc. that everything are renewable, it will be reproduced. Such type of resources are known as renewable resources. Second one, non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are those resources which cannot be renewed or reproduced quickly. Once the resource is formed means it will take millions of years for the formation. For example, fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, natural gas. If we use more and more, it will be exhausted. Such type of resources are known as non-renewable resources. Renewable resources reproduced and replenished quickly, but non-renewable resources cannot reproduce and replenish quickly. I think children you understood. Next we can discuss what is resources, natural resource classified on the basis of development. First one, potential resources. Potential resources are those resources whose quantity may not be known. The resources whose quantity and actual measurement that is unknown. Such type of resources are known as potential resources. For example, wind energy and solar energy. We don't know what is the actual quantity of wind energy and solar energy. Okay, if we can use it, we can use it in any way we can use it. We don't know how much is the quantity. Okay, actually children, solar energy, if we tapped solar energy, this type of energy we can use in present, and if we tapped it, we can use it in future also. So this type of potential, this type of resources Actually, this type of potential resources, so one example already I told, no, solar energy. If we tapped this solar energy and if we used it, saved for future, the entire energy requirement of the world we can satisfy with this solar energy. I think children, you understood what is a potential resource. Now we will discuss what is actual resource. Actual resources are those resources whose quantity is known. How much quantity is there, how much measurement is there, that we know. Such type of resources are known as actual resources. For example, coal in the Appalachian region of USA. That is an example for actual resource. If we are looking the data in the coal mining in the Appalachian region, in 1970s, the coal requirement of the entire USA, that is mainly mined through coal mining in the Appalachian region, means 70 to 80% of their coal that mainly mined from this Appalachian region. If we are taking the data after 25 years later, we can understand that it is that mining that is reduced into 40%. That means if we use more and more this type of resources, it will be exhausted. Okay, we are not giving proper time to get renewed. So we have to give much time for their renewability or reproduction. I think children understood. Once again I will tell, potential resources are those resources that resources quantity may not be known. Actual resources are those resources whose quantity is known. Now children, we will discuss the type of natural resources on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, resources are classified into biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources are those resources, you know children, all living things, that is known as biotic. For example, plants, animals, human beings are an example for biotic. It have life. Abiotic resources are those resources which are non-living things. For example, rocks, soil, water, sunlight, etc. are example for abiotic resource. So biotic resource have life, abiotic resource don't have life. Okay, now we are going to discuss our last classification, natural resources on the basis of distribution. On the basis of distribution, resources are divided into ubiquitous resources and localized resources. Ubiquitous resources are those resources which we can see everywhere and we can use it freely without any restriction. For example, air we breathe, everyone can use it. That is an example for ubiquitous resources. But localized resources are those resources that found only in a particular locality. Okay, such type of resources are known as localized resources. Okay, then for example, localized resources, gold mining in Karnataka, polar mining in Karnataka is an example for localized resources. Then iron ore mining in Jharkhand, Jamshedpur in Jharkhand, that is another example for localized resource. So children, these are the main classifications of natural resources. Natural resources are the free gift of nature and we can utilize it without much modification and we can directly use it. And these are further divided on the basis of renewability, development, origin, distribution. Children, hope all understood my class. Next class we will meet with other subject. Thank you. Have a nice day.